Thank God it's Friday, and I can actually say that today because I am off until Tuesday. Cheers to that.
So are you going to tell us all about this trip to London?
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I had a really, really good time, but we need to just get down to it. Everybody's seen that thumbnail. We met Yungblud. We actually met Yungblud.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't.
No. Me and OG Duffy met Yungblud.
Yeah. So how did that come about then? Where was he?
Well, we'd met up. We decided to go down to Camden.
Yeah.
Which were about 9 minutes away from where I was staying. We went in the World's End and had about, can't even remember how many Camdens we had in there. Oh. And we stumbled into the Orley Arms, the place where Amy Winehouse used to work. And I were in awe at that. I was just taking photographs, having a look round. And
you weren't checking out the toilets, were you?
No, I didn't. I don't even think I went to the loo in there, but just before we went in, OG said to me, he said, there's a lot of famous people coming here. Now, I was thinking, I might bump into Simon Rimmer or Keith Lemon. No, sorry, Lee Francis. Yeah. And, might, on the off chance, might bump into one of them. So, we were just stood there at a bar chatting to this guy. And Yungblud just walked in.
Oh, my God.
And the look on Rob's face, he just went, what did I tell you? And I was like, and when you're looking at it, is it really him?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a couple of I had one selfie with him because I was nagging him, I think, too much. I did. When you sort of see somebody like that and you think, I've got 1,000,001 questions I want to ask you.
Like you've seen them that many times on TV, you think you're close personal friends.
Yeah, you think you're best. I mean, I was ready for sitting down at his table and having a beer with him, and I think it was one of his, staff said,
can you just leave him alone,
just
please,
leave him alone. Yeah. You've had your selfie, bugger off. But it was a bit surreal. It was very surreal. Yeah.
Well, you sent me a picture, didn't you? And I was like, that's not real.
I did send you the picture, but we've obviously, you
got some video.
We got some video footage there, and yeah.
So did he stay in there then? Did you have to leave him, Dan?
Yeah, I think we. Yeah.
Did you? Oh, but that was heartbreaking, wasn't it?
As you know, we needed some food.
Yes.
Because I'd just jumped off the train at 5:30.
Yes.
All I'd had was my breakfast. And, I got a little bit merry.
Honest to God. Yeah, because, I thought, because I'd not heard of you. I was like, oh, is he alive? Not heard from you at all. So I phoned you, no answer. And I phoned Rob, no answer.
Yeah.
And I text Rob and I text you, and then I phoned you again. And you answered, it's like, oh, you're alive then? You all right? Thanks for letting me know. And then Rob came on and he's like, oh, we're just going to have another pint and then we're going to go and get something to eat. So I was like, oh, right, yeah, with the grown-ups here.
Well,
but nah.
There were an explanation for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the World's End was a very, very loud heavy metal pub.
Yeah.
And there were there were quite some banging music on in there. A bit heavy for probably me and OG.
Bit like, like Steps?
No.
Can't even know that kind of stuff.
No.
Not that hard. Go on.
These were probably some new metal bands that we probably not have even heard of.
Yeah.
And I think we did have that conversation outside. I'm sure it's on his vlog. And we said, he said, what's your level, And I think he said his were about Slayer, But it were very noisy, so that would make an excuse. I couldn't hear the phone. Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
But you still could have even bloody texted me or something, you tight sod. I didn't have time. You did. You have bloody time.
It's hard to text with one hand, when you've got a beer in the other. It's...
Shut up. I was like, oh my God. Is he there? Is he alive? And then I thought, well, actually, no, if he weren't there, then Rob would have got in contact with you.
Yeah.
No way, Danny. Sorry, that's a really bad impression. I'm not very good at impressions.
You cannot do a Cockney impression.
I can't do any impressions.
No.
So, right, so when Yungblud was in the pub,
Yeah.
do you think, was there only like you and OG that kind of flocked to him? Is it like everybody else who goes in that pub's like really used to people famous going in, so they're just like, oh yeah.
I think if you look at the photograph in the background, he probably goes in there all the time.
Yeah.
You know, he's like a regular. He's like Dave down.
Yeah,
the
that's
pub,
what I
like
mean.
that,
It's like it's not like a big deal for all those people who go in that pub.
No.
Regular. No. It's just like, oh yeah. There's Yungblud, you alright, mate?
Yeah, and then you get some annoying bloke from Manchester coming up and like
hanging off him.
I'm literally hanging off his neck, and it's like I want to come and sit with you lot, you know.
Oh my word! I can imagine you though when you get giddy like that because you are annoying.
I do you know what? Right, I wouldn't want to go out with me on a night out sometimes.
I know. You are annoying when you get like that. Proper leching over him a bit, were you?
No, I weren't that bad. I weren't that bad. I don't think I were. Right, to be honest, right, he did put a little post on Instagram yesterday, and he said, "I'm back home," which we already knew anyway. He come back to do a gig the night after the Teenage Cancer Trust at the Royal Albert Hall, which I figured out is why you're in town. But I left a little message there, and I just put, nice one, buddy, you know, and thanks for being such a gent last week, and you know, having a selfie, and he did like it, but it weren't Yungblud that liked it. It was him. It were his name that came up.
I bet he thought, I better like this, right?
Yeah.
He's probably not right, this guy.
I bet he looked at me photos and he thought, that's that.
Yeah.
End.
Yeah,
last week.
I bet he is. I better just like this, otherwise he's coming after me. He's coming to Leeds not next week after, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I did ask him for a backstage pass,
you
and he just literally said, no, on the bike, you know,
just go away.
Just go away, leave me alone.
So what was OG like?
OG he's a top man.
Is he?
Yeah.
But he got you drunk.
Absolute top man.
No.
Right,
no,
it's
I know.
like, do you know what?
You were giddy.
Right, yeah, I mean, it was all that adrenaline from meeting Yungblud and stuff, but OG is like Stead, you know, it's like going out with Tarquin, you know.
Yeah.
And what's that face? Yeah. You know what sort of stairs me and him have been in and out, yeah.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Yeah. But you always find your way back, don't you?
He actually messaged me this week and told me that the tickets had been released for the standing tickets. And I said, I had my tickets like last year. He said, "Oh, right, you're going Leeds?" I said, yeah. And he said, "Don't get lost on the motorway again."
Yeah, you only went for some chicken, didn't you? You couldn't find your way back to the hotel.
I mean, that were a funny story, yeah. We'd gone seeing Stone Sour, and I were probably in about the same state as I were last week. And I said, "I'm starving, mate. I'm absolutely starving." I said, "Do you want anything?" He's like,
he don't eat, does he?
No, I don't know.
He don't eat. It's weird.
Thinking about it.
I don't think I've ever seen him eat.
No. I can't even remember if I've actually gone in a McDonald's with him or anything, to be honest, yeah.
Oh, he goes on date nights with his mate, though, doesn't he? Yeah, so he does eat. So, yeah, you went out for some chicken.
Yeah,
but you went the wrong way going back to the hotel, didn't you?
I was staying at the actual hotel that we are staying at.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the Ibis Arena Hotel. Now, bearing in mind, this was the last day of November.
Yeah.
Right? And it snowed. It was absolutely freezing.
Yeah.
Icy.
Yeah.
I skidded down into town.
Yeah.
Found it was Dixie chicken that I went in. Yeah. I ordered some food, sat down at it, came out and went completely the wrong way. And it was dangerous. I was skidding down the hill. And I was getting close to this.
It's like the dual carriageway.
The dual carriageway. That's it. Yeah, so it was a dual carriageway.
Yeah. Did you flag a taxi down?
Well, the problem were, because I'd obviously been taking photos of Corey Taylor all night and filming him, because we were right. I were right at the front.
Your phone were dead. Bit like Kev with his kebab.
Dead. Yeah, it was completely. I got some really good photographs from that gig, and I could feel, Corey Taylor sweating in me, over that close. Yeah. So I ended up flagging a taxi down. It cost me about 20 quid just to go round corner.
Yeah.
Because he had to take a long way around because it's all one way in Leeds, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I got back, and that's what he was referring to. Yeah.
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 So, yeah. Don't worry, I won't let you get lost.
No.
Never mind. So, didn't you have a bit of a problem with the key, though, in your room? What was all that about?
No, it was the, when you put your card in the slot,
for
the electricity.
Oh, yeah.
When you get in your hotel room, you've got your key card. You're supposed to put it in that slot, aren't you? To get the electricity going. So I'm putting it in, flicking these switches down. I thought, what's going on here? And I thought, I'm going to have to go and report this. I mean, they'd upgraded me to Premier, hadn't they? They give me a Premier suite. Yeah. All I did was sleep there and use the toilet. That were it.
The facilities.
No, seriously.
Yeah, no.
I think I had a couple of coffees out of the machine. I mean, I had a pretty nifty coffee machine in there as well. Didn't use the TV, nothing. I literally slept there and that were it. But obviously, like I said, the electricity weren't working. Now, I don't know if you were supposed to put a bank card in that.
I don't think so.
Well, I said that to OG. I said it might have needed one of them strips down the side. So I put my Argos card in it. Everything fired up.
God bless Argos cards. Yeah?
But then I was telling OG the story when we met up, and I'm saying, well, we're sort of feeling the cards, and it's like, well, they're pretty much the same thickness. And I said, maybe having you putting a bank card in case you do something with a minibar or whatever, and they can add it onto your belt.
No, they can't do that. That's illegal.
Is that not a thing?
No.
That was the only thing I could think of. It needed some kind of a strip going down the card for it to activate. Because it was like a wooden card.
Yeah.
Do you know, like you get in hotels, and I had to take a photograph of the door to remember what room I were in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I always do that because I always forget, and it weren't on the card, and I thought I'd better take a photo. It was 2:09, I remembered it. Yeah. I got back, didn't I?
Yeah.
I got back there.
You got back, so you had a good night out with OG, but you did something extra special the day after, didn't you?
Ooh. Yeah, I did do something extra special the day after. Now, I'm not going to disclose this information and tell you, where I went.
Yeah.
But I went to a studio in London. Yeah, I went to a studio in London and did the Mike Graham show. Now, what time did I get up? Jesus. I got up before my alarm went off. Which was... can't remember. I think I set it for 7:30, so I think I got up about 7 o'clock. And made myself coffee with a fancy coffee machine. I had to figure out then where I was going. Luckily, you booked me a really good hotel.
I did.
You did?
I did.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
The tube lines and everything. So it was simples.
The connection from there was absolutely great. I could have got anywhere out of Euston where I was staying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I jumped on there, got to the studio, and went in the reception. And I said, I'm Dan the hairdresser. And they looked at me like, yeah, who are you?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, nobody knows I'm coming here. So I said, I'm here to do the Mike Graham show. And one of the girls, she went, I know what this is all about. Yeah. So she did a little bit of tapping on the computer, and she said, right, that door diagonal there, yeah, press A button. I'm not going to tell you which one it were.
Yeah.
And they'll let you in. So it was kind of ringing like a telephone.
Yeah, and you could hear it on the telly.
You actually heard it on the TV, didn't you? And when we watched it back the day after, because I checked my phone, and it was the exact same time.
Yeah.
And
It was funny. He was talking to Marilyn, weren't he?
he was talking to Marilyn,
He's
and
brilliant.
it was Chris that came to the door.
The wine
The
guy.
wine guy, yeah. Mr. Fizz.
Yeah.
He
Chris
came.
Walkie.
Yeah, he came to the door.
But for those who don't know about the Mike Graham show, so Mike Graham interviewed me, didn't he?
Yeah, he interviewed you
back in January about the NHS failings, which was quite a serious interview, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But we have been in touch ever since then, and I did message Mike Graham one night and say, "You really need your hair cut in there, mate. You're starting to look like Gary Oldman's Dracula."
I think he said on one of his morning shows, didn't he? And he said, it'd be great if we could get somebody in to do it. And you just piped up.
Yeah.
My partner's an hairdresser.
Well, I checked with you first, and you went, "Is it in London?" Yeah.
Right, yeah. Let's have it.
Yeah. So I just said to him, if you want him to come down, he'll come down. So we had to arrange a day and a time.
Yeah.
And for you to go down and do it.
Yeah.
But it was brilliant, and you said it was such a nice guy, didn't you? A proper gentleman. And Charlotte was there.
She was fantastic.
Producer Pooch wasn't there. He was off in France.
He was off on his holidays.
Yeah, and Marilyn Hawes.
Yeah.
Who I've been chatting with her a lot. Actually.
Yeah.
You know, quite good friends. She's absolutely hilarious, isn't she?
Do you know what? Sometimes you meet people.
Yeah.
And I think on that trip, everybody I met,
you
just hit it off with them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I met OG Duffy.
Yeah.
It was like I'd known him all my life.
Yeah.
Marilyn.
Yeah.
She were exactly the same. Mike, Chris.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Yeah. And Oliver.
Oliver as well. Oliver. He just kept sort of, nodding his head like that with wine, and I'm like, yeah, come on, mate, Even though I had a skinful the night before. I mean, I was on a show called Plonk of the Week where I was tasting wine.
Which is on a Saturday night, 7 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah.
He films it on a Friday, normally. But I don't think it was that day when you were there, Murray. It was a different day. But he does that, and then it goes out on a Saturday night, I think.
Is it about 7 p.m?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so... when you were in the studio, and you finally got in, and you realised that you were there. So did they end the show completely, and then people kind of got?
No. What happened was, Chris met me at the door, and he said, "We're still filming."
Yeah.
He was ready for going off about 9:30.
Yeah, the normal show finishes about 9:30.
I think I got there for about 3 minutes past 5 minutes past 9. I'd been in Starbucks.
Well, won't know if we listen to the bell ringing on things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, everybody will know, because you can hear the bell if you watch the video. And he let me in, and he was just sort of, he said, have you come a long way? And I told him where I come from, and he was showing me where the loo were and stuff like that. And as we walked in, then he just sort of went, So I walked in, and Charlotte just immediately turned around, gave me a big smile and waved and thumbs up, and it's like, I'm gonna really feel at home here.
Yeah.
And I did, and it's that warm welcome.
Yeah.
And I was watching them film.
Yeah.
Obviously said, "Is Danny here yet?" I think you see
he did,
that as well.
Yeah, he did.
I said, you're all right. In my best Oldham accent. Yeah. And then they cut film, and he came over. He shook my hand. He said, "We're so pleased to have you here."
Yeah.
And what a set of nice people.
And he even remembered what I told him about you forgetting Little Legs'
he did
picture.
Yeah. And I forgot OG Duffy's picture as well. Yeah, she'd drawn a picture for OG Duffy as well, hadn't she? And did she put some little cat stickers in there for him and stuff like that? Yeah. Have I just give that away? Is it?
Oh no, we showed him, didn't we?
Oh right. Yeah.
But she'd done this picture, and he even said to you, "I believe you've forgot something." Which was really nice of him.
Yeah, and he remembered, and
I
think one of the nicest things that he said after we'd finished everything.
Yeah.
He just said, because I'd obviously said about you being on Plank in a week, and he went, "We'll have to sort that out."
Yeah.
And he just said, because you and Rachel are, you're part of the gang now.
Yeah.
And I thought that were really nice of him. That. And
yeah.
Yeah. What a brilliant guy.
I know.
Absolutely brilliant.
Do you know, not everybody agrees with what he says and what he stands for, but what he does do is he talks common sense.
Yeah.
He doesn't go one way or another really. He just like looks at a situation and is like, well, that's a bit stupid. Well, that's not, but he does it in a really funny way, doesn't he? He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
That's why I like watching him. But so how was it when you started cutting his hair? Was he a bit?
I don't know.
I could see him checking himself
when they asked me to, come in front of the camera. I thought they were going to have a bit of a chat with me, and I sat down.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "No, you need to
be over there."
Sort of over there. So they'd had a bit of a chat with me at first and said, "Right, you sort of tell everyone what you're doing." But I thought they were going to, ask me about my business, things like that, and I got it completely wrong. I thought I was sitting there with a panel.
I know. They didn't tell you that, did they? Yeah, right. You're there to just literally cut Mark Graham's hair and then bugger off. No, it's not. It weren't. Like
they were really polite about it. No, get your ass off that seat and get over there. So, they were really polite about it. Yeah, and I went over, didn't I? And he said, just explain to everyone what you're doing. So I did that. Do you like my t-shirt?
Oh yeah.
The absolute. We got a lot of comments actually on that video on the t-shirts, and I can tell you we did get it on Amazon, or I got it on Amazon, and they do different. They do a vest top, an hoodie. They do it.
Because Mark Graham's got to think about herons.
He's got to think about herons, hasn't he?
Yeah. So people send him heron stuff in. Oops! What are you doing?
My beer glass. Right, just hold on a minute. Right. I'm so sorry. I just ruined it, didn't I've got this glass coaster and my beer glass has just stuck to it. As I picked it up, it fell off the bottom and I'm surprised it didn't smash. Maybe we should use one of them free ones we got with the cruise camper. I think they're... but I'll give it a wipe. I've got a cloth here somewhere. Right, go on. Sorry,
towel.
Rachel. Sorry.
Get a blue paper towel.
Yeah, sorry, go on, carry on.
Yeah, no, he's got his thing about herons, so people send him a lot of heron stuff in.
Yeah.
So I just said to you, Dana, you need like a heron t-shirt, and it said heron addict on it.
It was
which kind of sounds like, big H addict.
Well, actually, right, let me just get back in. I've just been for a paper towel, everybody. Right. I'm knocking everything off here. It's a complete disaster.
Be careful with that because you can't see where your coaster is. So you're going to end up
I'll tell you what, I'll
just
get rid of the coaster. Yeah, we'll put that over there. I'll put the paper towel down so we don't damage the table. And I will get back to you. And there I am. So, yes. What were you saying then, Rachel?
I forgot.
You were talking about the heron t-shirt?
Yeah, I said it sounds sounds like a H addict.
So, Marilyn actually read it wrong.
Did she?
She actually thought I was an heroin addict. And it was so funny. She went, I read that wrong. I said, no, Marilyn. I said, it says, can you see the heron? It says heron addict, yeah. And we were having a laugh about it. And what a nice lady.
She is. She's really lovely.
Even before we went on camera, she sat down with me and she was having a chat and she's like, oh, I love your accent. Oh, your accent's brilliant. And she absolutely loved it. And it's where, before we went, well, we were still on camera, I think, and they were all thanking me for going down. She gave me a kiss on the cheek, didn't she?
Did she?
What a really nice lady.
Oh, she is. Yeah, so she runs, she's founded a charity called Freedom from Abuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if anybody can go check that out as well, you'll just find it on the internet.
Yeah, because she's founded that as well.
And, yeah. And she is such an amazing woman with what she's done, and the fact that she's not given up, and she's
she's a fighter, isn't she?
She is, and you can tell that with her.
Yeah, she's.
I think that's why me and her get on so well.
I was just going to say that, Rachel. She's very much like you.
Yeah.
She's got a good sense of humour.
Yeah.
But she won't let anyone tear her down.
No, she won't.
She will. you know,
she'll keep on going and going and going
yeah.
and going. She's a
Yeah.
absolutely amazing woman.
Good.
And she's very popular on the show as well, isn't she? Everybody loves her. She is so funny.
They mentioned her on Talk TV tonight about something.
Yeah, she does go on. She does the rounds. She goes on.
No, it was something. I'm sure they said that they needed somebody to sort of stand up for something that they were talking about.
Oh right, okay.
As I were cleaning up, I sort of heard
her
what's
name.
the other? Is she Australian or something? Who's
Samara.
on there? Yeah. It was her that mentioned her.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that bit.
Yeah, you were upstairs.
Oh right.
But I don't know. You can watch it.
Anyway,
back to see what we're talking about.
But yeah, she is absolutely brilliant. And Chris Walker. I mean, some cheeky sod on X on the post that he'd put on, I think, Chris Walker, said something about him being boring and they don't like him. I from what I can say about Chris Walker, he's got quite a dry sense of humour.
He's very dry.
Yeah.
And another thing that I noticed about him, he's very calm and relaxed.
Yeah, exactly. He's dead chill, isn't he?
Yeah. He took me in there.
Yeah.
He sat next to me and he just sat back and he was just watching everything float. And I think the good thing about him is he can get in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And he's just so relaxed. I mean,
he is. Somebody said about his son actually once. They said that his son looks like the Wish version of Brooklyn Beckham. Sorry, Chris. Oliver. Sorry, Chris and Oliver. But that weren't me who said it. Somebody said it on Mike Graham's show.
Yeah.
You know, like they said.
I mean, I think the thing is, when you watch the show, Ollie was there to sort the wine out and sort the glasses up, but off camera, he was very chatty.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was very surprised that, you know...
Because he does look really quiet, doesn't he?
He does look like a quiet guy, but...
Yeah.
Once I got chatting with him, you know, he's another, you know, nice guy. And,
and they are those two, father and son. But, I know, I can understand how people can look at Chris sometimes when he's on there and think, oh, he's a bit... But he's actually not. No. And I've never met him. You've met him. But you can see that he's got this quite... He is dead chill. Even when things are going wrong and, you know, everything's getting messed up and whatnot, he's just sat there just like, he don't care, does he? He's bloody horizontal, that guy. He's that chilled out, isn't he?
He's... I was just getting a beer then.
I could do with making friends with him, actually. He gets a lot of wine, doesn't he?
Does he have a website or something? Because I know it's the wine, the last one that we sort of were tasting.
Marilyn?
The one with the shells on.
Yeah.
And she said, "Get yourself down to Asda," and he said, "You won't get that in Asda," you know.
I know. Well, she sent me a picture of it, didn't she? And I went, "What the bloody hell?"
It was a nice bottle. It was actually in a wooden box.
Yeah.
When Oliver were opening, he slid this wooden box off. It were all wrapped up.
Yeah.
You know, really posh and everything.
Yeah.
And then he pulled it out, and there's all these really nice seashells.
Because it is actually what's the word, like fermented or whatever in the
it actually had, I think it did have some seawater in it. Yeah.
But she sent me that picture as though I'd seen the show. And do you remember? And I went, what the bloody hell's that she sent me?
Yeah. She sent the picture over.
And I showed it to you and you went, that's that.
I had to explain it to you, didn't I? Because it was... Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because it's like, I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But you had to wait until the night after to see what had happened.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. In a little edge, she might have thought you were with us, you know?
I know.
And you knew
she
what was going on.
She might have thought that I had a link or something. Charlotte sent me a link so that I could watch it or something, but no.
Well, what's this Substack thing? I mean, was it not premiered on that?
I don't think it is anymore, no.
Because I'm sure he said something about Substack, but I watched you when you were getting interviewed
on
that
Substack.
morning on
That's
Substack
because
before it went out. I was sat in the salon.
Yeah.
Watching you.
But what he used to do then is that was called the after show. So from 9 till 9:30, he did an after show, and that was put on Substack to the people who paid and subscribed to the Substack. So that just went out there, and then after 2 or 3 days or whatever, it went onto the normal YouTube channel.
Yeah.
For everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's what that was. You can watch on Substack.
Yeah.
Ad free as well. You know, if people don't want to pay for, what is it, premium?
Premium, yeah. Yeah, because I think he said that this morning. They were talking about the state of the TV, which will be another subject that we are thinking about talking about.
Well, we talk about it all the bloody time.
Well, I know,
us.
but we were going to actually have a bit of a discussion about this.
Yeah, which I think we still should, actually.
We will talk about that at some point, but what they were basically saying were Mike's still getting advertisements because people are watching and the adverts come on in between. So I think he said this morning, were it 13,000
views.
13, I'm sure,
million. 13,000. 13 million.
I'm sure he said 13 million views.
Yeah. But if people are on his Substack, then you can watch it on there ad-free anyway, if you pay for that. But all that aside, did he like his hair, Dan?
He absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Everybody gave me a high five, didn't he? He shook my hand at the end.
And there were lots of compliments, I noticed.
There were a lot of compliments. There were a couple of idiots that actually commented on there. That I put right, basically, because...
Faffing around.
Like we've just said, 13 million viewers. I'm cutting a guy's hair on TV in front of 30 million viewers, yeah? Not only am I risking my reputation, it's my business, and I don't want to look like an idiot. This guy was basically saying that I've never seen so much faffing around. He's like Keir Starmer. What's that?
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
No.
But yeah, you know, like you were doing a job. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Well, I did reply to him, and I said, look, I'm in front of 13. Well, I said 12 million at the time because I think he's all just rich. So I said, told basically what I've just said, and I've never done anything like that before. Is that okay? And he literally replied, didn't he, and said,
"Thanks for your honesty."
Thanks for an honest answer.
Yeah. But you know what? I've not seen... The only thing that I would do, actually, I think we should send Mike Graham a spray bottle down in a comb for when he's on there, because one side, it's like the left side, it always seems to just like stick out. And
he must just lie on his left side.
Yeah, I think he needs to spray it down when he gets to the studio and pour it back.
You know...
Mike will send you a spray bottle.
Yeah, but like I said, at the end of the day, he was very happy with his haircut. I had a good time. It was absolutely fantastic.
Did Marilyn have a good time?
I think Marilyn... Did Charlotte have to walk her back to the
probably, I mean,
train station?
Probably.
She did mention that yesterday morning.
I don't think she was she might have been absolutely sloshed, but... Not yet, because Mike Graham said, well, I did tell you not to down it, didn't I? You can see it on there. She's like... she's
one of them people that you would invite to a dinner party.
She is,
and you know she just cheer
everybody up. She's such a nice woman anyway, but she's funny and quite innocent.
Yeah, and she'll just talk to anybody.
Yeah,
you know you can see that sort of warmth from her and stuff like that. Yeah.
She is. She's a really nice woman. So, do you think he might invite you back on, Dan, to give it a bit of a trim up?
He might do. I mean, we have got plans. We're going to go back down in July. We've already sorted it out, really, haven't we? So we know the dates we're coming. We're not going to tell you lot, but we're coming down.
Why do you think they're all going to mob us at the train station?
You never know, do you?
I don't think so.
You never know. But yeah,
we will be back down there at some point.
Yeah, we're going to come back down, and we're going to have a few more days there, aren't we? Rather than just...
Well, hopefully, depending on what's going on. But yeah, hopefully. And I think I should change the hotel, actually, from the one that we booked provisionally to the one that I put you in.
It was a very good hotel. The location was brilliant. You could get everywhere.
Yep.
And it's not too far from the train station.
And it don't really matter where the hotel is, as long as we can get to other places, because how much time do we spend in the hotel when we're down in London?
Not a lot of time. To be honest, I think the last couple of times we've been down, we stayed at Premier Inn, didn't we, in the Prince Charles Theatre,
That would travel. No, yeah,
No, that
no,
was
Travel Lodge.
that was the Premier Inn at Leicester Square.
Yeah, and then the
That
other one
leads
was
into-
Travel Lodge at
It leads
Drury
into
Lane.
Chinatown and so on. And then we stayed at the Travel Lodge at Covent Garden, didn't
It
we?
was Drury Lane, yeah.
Drury Lane, yeah. Yeah, because the theatre was over the road.
Yeah, I know.
And that little girl going watching Frozen, and you complimented her on her dress, and she was dead chuffed, weren't she? Like, yeah, she was dressed up as Elsa or something, weren't she?
Yeah.
She was going out for the night with her mum and dad, and you said, "Oh, are you going watching Frozen?" And she went, "Yeah."
No.
And she was proper excited, this little kid, weren't she? And it's so cute, isn't it, when you see little kids going there, like, and they love it, don't they? They love stuff like that. And then they were a boozer right at the end, so it were a good position.
Was that the
really,
one that was
weren't
haunted?
I don't think so.
I think it was.
Was it?
I think it was supposed to be haunted. Was it like the White Lion or something like that? I don't know.
I can't remember
We'll
what
have
it
to have a
was
look at that anyway.
We dropped our bags off, didn't we?
Yeah.
Went straight to boozer. I had a couple of pints and stuff, and then because I think the other time we ended up meeting them birds, didn't we? Who were on an endo, and they were absolutely
God, Jane
off
punching
the trees,
Judy.
yeah.
And I went over and threatened that lad because they were taking the mick out of a word.
No, he was being a bit naughty with her. He was being very naughty with her. Yeah, and you just went over and you just said, I saw you pointing at me.
Yeah.
And
you're like, "Oh, you're pointing at me."
I'm like, what's you pointing at me for? And I said, what did you say to him? And you said, you see that bloke over there? If you don't pack it in, he's going to have you. And I thought, Rachel, Jesus Christ, don't have me fire. I mean, I'm not a fighter. I don't do stuff like that.
It's all right. I would have just nutted him. Would have been right.
Yeah. But, yeah, dragging me into it. And then the guy came over and he said, can I buy you a round of drinks?
Oh, he did,
He were absolutely quaking in his boots, this guy.
I forgot about that, but they were funny, those girls.
Where are you from? Where are you from? And I'm like, yeah, I'm from up north, mate, you know.
Yeah.
They were really frightened.
I know.
And it's like, they were like, we're really sorry. We didn't mean it. We were just having a laugh. And
yeah.
I don't know. But you could have got me some real bother there. There were about 5 of them and 1 of me.
It's not about that, though. It's about your presence, Dan. And I've got that presence. But anyway, when we go back down to London, do you think that Mike will allow us to go and say hi? And
Definitely.
Maybe you take them invite. Well, let's just watch this space, eh?
We'll watch this space. We'll see what happens.
But all in all, it was an absolutely brilliant trip to London.
It's like I said, I think I posted it on, I don't know, it was Instagram or something like that. And I said, I met 3 legends there, right, on one trip.
Well, 4. You met Marilyn as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I could say everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You were all legends, all of you. But, I mean, meeting OG Duffy, he's an absolute legend. Yungblud, Mike Graham, Marilyn. You're all legends. And it's just nice that, they took that time out, just to sort of spend a little bit of time with me, and getting... Yeah,
it weren't just like, cheers, off you go.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was kind of like, no, I can't say homely. But a bit more, it was more personal rather than it being in a big studio where you've got loads of producers and loads of staff working and you don't get that chance to speak to the actual people who are on the show. It was like, intimate.
Yeah.
But not in that kind of way.
Yeah, because I can imagine some people coming off camera and just being...
ushered off. Yeah.
You've got to do this. But, they were dead sort of...
Just chilled
really,
out.
We're really glad to have you and stuff like that. And it's like... when me and OG had finished our session. Yeah.
Oh,
we got back to the hotel. We got back to Warren Street there, and he had to go off and get his train and everything. And I went to shake his hand, and he went, "Dan, what are you doing? Give me an hug." And we hugged it out like a couple of men, and it was cool. Yeah, and it's like,
lovely.
Lovely. Yeah. And what a brilliant... you see him on his channel, and he's just like that in real life. He's just. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely
Bubbly.
brilliant guy. Yeah. I could never see him being in a bad mood. Do you know what I mean?
I bet he does. I bet he has some right snappers. You know, in his games room when things aren't going right, I bet he flings things all over the place. I wonder how many times he's done like that on his shelves. You know, just like knocks all the games off. Come on, OJ, you tell us. Tell us, OJ, you tell us. I bet
do you know what? He's such a smashing bloke.
How many times has he rage quit? Bubble.
Well, I was talking to Tarquin last week, and I thought he was playing Resident Evil 4, right? And he were playing the new one, but to me it looked like number 4. And I said, oh, it's hard as nails, that game. And I said, I didn't even end up finishing it. I said, I did end up finishing it because I pulled the disc out of the machine and snapped it in half and cobbed it in the bin.
Is that the one that Madison sold over?
Yeah.
Daddy?
Yeah. She told me, Auntie Shirley, that Daddy had snapped at a game and thrown it in the bin. Yeah.
How old was she then? About 7 or something?
No, I think she was younger than that. I was playing this on the Wii, you know, so how long ago was that?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, look at all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Long time ago.